Thank you. The time is 7 p.m. There are 6 members of council present. A quorum is established. I call this meeting to order. Will you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. You saw it. You knew what I wanted to know.
All right, Laura, get your camera ready. Chief.
Slap me
here.
It would have been okay.
So, Chief, if you just want to come forward and brief council on the officer we're going to recognize this evening.
We recognize Officer Dana Robbins this afternoon. On August 1st of 2023, they wrote a call on Clearwater Way. They heard a lady screaming, "Help me, help my baby." Officer ran out, found the toddler, and turned blue, unable to breathe on its own. They were able to remove a piece of watermelon and stuff in his throat. Saved the baby's life. She did a good job. We called ambulance, rescued the baby, and we're proud of him. Good job.
Very good.
So this evening, we want to recognize excellence. So, Officer Dana Robbins, if you want to come forward. And Chief, if you want to step up here. Officer Robbins has been with us for almost 1 year. Are we almost at the 1 year point? We are. Are we past the 1 year point? Time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly.
You all may have seen Officer Robbins. She has definitely made a huge impact, positive impact in our community. Most recently, she was caught in the act of doing something pretty spectacular this past weekend. I know Sergeant Price was part of that, but her and Sergeant Price were out giving ice cream to kids on a hot day, and we talk about community policing. That's a great example of that. Getting out, interacting with the public, building relationships, and she has certainly done that. She has certainly made her presence known, because if you are speeding in this community, she's going to make sure she catches you. So I know when I've been getting off in the evening, we have several good young officers that are out, forward deployed on the streets, making sure that they are keeping our streets safe. So they're out interacting with the public. They're out to remind everybody to be safe on the roads, right? They're out combating crime. They're out dealing with some pretty tough individuals in this community. And certainly I know I speak on behalf of the whole council. We just can't thank her enough, the whole team, for everything you're doing. This particular act here, you pretty much were a part of in the early days of your employment here. Most of you all may know she came from Texas and came from a bigger city than this, where it was pretty busy on a daily basis and you never knew what you were going to encounter. And she came up here and probably much like Chief thought, well, maybe a little slower, but it's not been. It's been busy every single day that she's been here. But this act right here, you know, a child is alive today because of your actions, because of your quick thinking actions. Officer Howell is also involved in this. He's not able to be here today. We'll recognize him on another occasion, but certainly on behalf of the citizens of this community, we just want to thank you for those actions on that day. Keep up the great work. Thank you. And Chief, we have a pin that will also be awarded.
She was being wearing a uniform, life-saving pin.
I don't know if we have any room left, but yes, you also get that pin that you can
I'll
put
save
on
it
your
for special.
special occasions, absolutely.
Thank you.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll let you all get back to work. Chief, you can stay up here. Actually, Chief, you can step up here too. So we've got a certificate of appreciation that's being awarded tonight to Terry Landrum in appreciation for 5 years of continuous and faithful service to this city and to the citizens of this community. You're truly one of Mount Sterling's finest. Thank you for your service, July 1st, 2019 to July 1st, 2024. Chief. I'm gonna brag on Chief. 5 years has flown by. You know, we brought him into the community and with the goal of helping improve our training on the police force, improve the professionalism on the police force, upgrade our equipment to where it needs to be, and certainly just be a good mentor. And you've done all of those things. You've been a great addition to the staff here at the city. You know, I know when we plan events, community events and so forth, you, with your experience that you had down in Memphis, you certainly bring so much to the table. So we appreciate everything you've done for our community, and 5 years in, it flies by. And certainly we've been very fortunate that you chose to come up here and join us in Mount Sterling from Memphis. And, you know, Chief likes to joke that he thought he was going to come up here to maybe a little bit of Mayberry, but you haven't found Mayberry yet.
Still looking
Still
forward.
looking forward to that.
I
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much, Chief. And yes, you want to say anything?
I appreciate the council. It's the first time I've ever worked for a borough police mayor and council together. It's been fantastic. You gave us everything we've asked for. I can't complain about
Okay. Keep up the good work, Chief.
Thank you.
And Laura, and ask Officer Hal, we can catch him on a good night here, okay? Okay, thank you. Item number 4, our citizen who wanted to address council wasn't able to make it tonight. Item number 5, Montgomery County Fire Chief Mike Mosby. Chief, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Good to have you join us tonight.
I just wanted to speak to you all tonight about requesting some funding to invest in our staff. As you all know, inflation is through the roof, and as a government agency, emergency services, it's even worse. Quite honestly, our tax revenue that we collect for several years has not been able to keep up with the rising cost of operating. It's been very difficult. With recruitment and retention issues, again, everybody understands how that's been for every industry for that matter. It's been very difficult for us because we haven't been able to match or keep up with our competitors. Surrounding fire departments and ambulance services are stealing our people away from us. And the budget that we proposed this year doesn't have any funding in it for raises for our employees, just because we've operated in the red last year and projected to operate in the red even further this year. So I've approached the fiscal court about asking for some additional funding and the city tonight to maybe, you know, just a small amount of a gesture to invest in our employees. And, you know, we gotta do something, take care of those people and you know, kind of begging you for a little bit of help tonight.
So what is your proposed amount that you would like to give your raise?
Well, I think that we could probably, we looked at the budget, we can come up about 1% on our end. And, you know, if we can get 1% from the city and 1% from the county, you know, we're gonna give them a 3% raise, and, you know, it's better than nothing right now, until we can figure out a long-term solution to increase revenues, you know, invest in our department.
What kind of money is that? I mean, what?
The 2% is 77,000 roughly, so it would be about 30.
It'd be
40,000.
half with the county to share that.
And how many employees does that include?
If we were at full staff, and we're not, and like we won't be for a while, it would be 47.
47.
What are you at right now, Chief?
We're 7 short as of today. And I don't really see a path for us getting those people back anytime soon. It's just very difficult.
What do you do with your volunteer firefighter? I mean, do they get a stipend? Do they get?
They do.
I just want.
Yeah, they do.
Used to, they didn't.
It's a small amount, and honestly, they typically never even ask for it. We have about 30 volunteers, probably 15 of them are active, that actually participate. They get about $20 a call, and but we generally, they never even ask for it. They're a good group of people.
Chief, I know you've experienced some frustrations with retention. You just brief council on some of those challenges that you're facing.
Yeah, so we're the only fire department in the state of Kentucky that doesn't have hazard duty retirement similar to what law enforcement has. We're in a similar system. Never have had it here, and it didn't used to be such a big deal, but as the system has been changed over the years, it went from the 27-year retirement to, you basically work until you're 80 years old if you're in non-hazardous. So because of that, every fire department just recruits our people. We send them to the academy, they get all their training, they come back here, work for 6 months or a year, and then Winchester, Clark County, Paris, one of those departments kind of just steals our people from us.
So they have hazardous duty.
Everybody has it except for us. There are a few small departments that, have 5 or 6 members, but nobody near as large as what we are.
So how does somebody acquire that hazardous status?
Money, it's roughly twice the expense, and we're not in a position to offer that currently. So, it's probably about $500,000 more than what we pay into the retirement system today. So that's a big challenge for us. Again, pay is a big challenge for us. Other cities, our department is basically what's called Chapter 75, and we operate as the same as the library board would be. We operate a special taxing district. We're capped at 10 cents on the 100, and we can't go above that. That law was wrote in about almost 50 years ago, and it was never really intended for career fire service. It was intended for your local volunteer fire departments, and that's what we were at the time, to get established in the community, and then the community figure out ways to continue to grow that. In our case, because of our growing community, we became a career department, 30, 40 years ago, and that mechanism for funding does not keep up with, the services that we provide. And it's not just us. I have a conference call in the morning with all the fire chiefs of the state that are taxing districts, and they're all suffering from it. What we've seen in Jefferson County and North Kentucky is all those departments are combining into one department to try to survive. Chesapeake County's in the same shape right now. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do next. And this is very difficult for us, because there is no other way of generating revenue. We can't do payroll taxes. We can't do anything other than the property tax.
So just to clarify, all non-city residents are paying that tax. It's on their property tax bill. For city residents are not, the city property owners are not paying that tax. The city is paying that tax through a contract. Or paying that, our contract,
Yeah, we're contracted.
yeah, agreement. So basically, when we collect property taxes, we're just taking a portion of that and paying for fire coverage.
To answer your question about that hazardous, I was on the council when we did that with the police. And we counteracted the retirement, not giving raises, but backing them up to 20 years. And it really did kind of come back and bite us. And we saved money on the front end,
Yeah.
but now we're paying insurance on the retired guys, which I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying, you don't pay it up front, you got to pay it on the backside when you do that hazardous.
And as you know, the equivalent, what we're talking about, would be taking Nathan and his guys and converting them to hazardous like the police are. So that's, surprisingly, Chief and his team are all non-hazardous retirement.
It's very difficult because, the job is
Hazardous.
It's hazardous, yes.
That's the part I'm missing.
I have 3 guys right now that are off with injuries. We got one out tomorrow, has a complete shoulder replacement. And, the way the new non-hazardous system works it's a number of years plus age. Well, if you're an 18-year-old individual who comes to work for the fire department, they might have to work until they're 60 years old. That's just not gonna happen in the fire service. There's 2 individuals in my department that are over 50 years old currently. So to even, when those young individuals come to work for us, they start doing the math and they realize that I can't make a life here. I have to go somewhere else where I can take care of myself and take